Hi guys, if you click this video, you more than likely know what fear is. No one's immune to it. Fear is paralyzing and it could keep us from being our best selves. We all go through it. No one's immune to it. I'm here. My name's Zay, and I want to share my personal experience with fear and, hopefully help others that are dealing with similar experiences with fear. I'm here creating content and sharing my story through YouTube, and I had a lot of fears starting this channel. What if I'm not good enough? What if people don't like my videos? What if I don't know how to articulate my experience in a way where it's going to grab people, or it's going to get the attention of the people I need? And it just goes on and on and on, and that's just what the thoughts do. We constantly in our heads a lot of times just listening to this voice that a lot of times is deterring us from what we should be doing, because we have this fear that starts bubbling within us, and it stops us from doing things like this. For example, I had fears of starting this channel, but I'm here and overcoming that fear. Even though it's uncomfortable, I'm learning how to be more comfortable in the uncomfortable. Fear is just something that no one's immune to. I don't care who you are, whether you're just someone who just works 9 to 5, or whether you're someone who's traveled the world and got millions and millions of fans, and you're crushing it and people know you. It doesn't matter what spectrum of the board you at in life. We all have fears. We all have similarities. And I want to come here and I want to give hope to people that you can overcome your fears. It takes baby steps. You can't do it overnight. For example, I started this channel about 9 months ago, and at first I was so excited about it, but when I first got on the camera, I was like paralyzed. I was like, I don't know what to say, and I don't know what to do, and what am I going to talk about? Man, there's way more people out there that have more knowledge of this. What do I have to offer? And there's just fears and fears and fears of it. And I stuck through it, and I still did it. I still did the video, and I stopped posting videos. I stopped making videos, and I stopped thinking of ideas to kind of come on here and create content with. And that was all because of the fear of just not being good enough. And I've been on this journey where I've been running every day for like 335 days. I want to do 365 days of running every day. And I've learned so much about myself through that journey. I mean, I've been through so much in life, as far as just, fear, addictions, depression. And it's one thing in my life I can say that's been consistent. Just getting up every morning, going for that run, whether I like it or not. And sometimes it's a fear of, man, am I going to be able to go and do this run? I know I made a promise to myself to run every day, and it's like started with just 10 days, 15 days turned into 30 days, 30 days turned into 60 days. And then after a while I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for it. And I've been on that journey ever since, and I've learned so much about myself, so much about my fears, so much about my limitations. And not only have I physically have gotten improved, because I used to be very overweight and just bad shape and all that. Not just have I physically gotten better, but mentally and spiritually I've gotten so much better. I have so much more clarity, and I'm just more more at peace with things, you know. And don't get me wrong, I still have, you know, thoughts that come through and provoke some of these emotional states, and fear has been one of those things that has been very, very like constant. Like I've been trying to come back on here and you know, make this video, make videos, you know, and get back into just, you know, just trying to overcome my fears. And it's been challenging because I've let my thoughts get in the way. And like they say, it's like nobody's stopping you, nobody's stopping me, nobody's stopping anybody from being their best self other than you. You know, nobody, I can't put the blame on anybody. I can't put the blame on any circumstances or any weather or anything. I have to put the blame on myself. You know, I'm getting in the way of myself, of just being consistent, coming on here whether I'm comfortable or not, you know, spreading my truth, my experience. And you know, I've struggled with it and like many people, you know, and I'm here as a testimony of just saying that if I can do it, you can do it, you know. And it takes baby steps. It takes baby steps. You know, you're not going to be able to move a mountain, you know, in a first try, you know. And I say move a mountain because I'm thinking big, you know. But with God, with you know, just this power that we all have within ourselves, we're able to move so much more than just mountains, you know. Like I said, it takes baby steps, you know, and my baby steps have been, you know, just coming on here and talking, expressing my thoughts on certain topics like fear, and you know, spreading my experience and my personal experience on it. And you know, with time, I know I will get more comfortable. The fear will probably still be there at the beginning, but it'll start to fade away the more you do it, the more you get comfortable, the more you start learning from others and start getting in the world of whatever it is that you fear of. You know, you start digging in and saying, well, how can I overcome that? Or not even so much how I can overcome it, what can I do to be better? What can I do to get more comfortable? What it is that, you know, I can do to, you know, come at this in a way where I can, you know, overcome it, you know. And it takes baby steps, and that's just an example of just taking some baby steps, you know, just doing something. It doesn't have to be a big thing, it doesn't have to be a big step. Just coming on here and just talking and just being my authentic self, whether I'm comfortable or not. Eventually, I know I will get more comfortable. Eventually, I know that, you know, I will be able to just be in a position where it comes out effortlessly without me thinking about it, you know. But like right now, for example, like looking at the camera, you know, like I want to learn how to be able to look at the camera and be comfortable, you know. It's like, it's kind of weird because I'm looking at the camera and I'm like, man, like, you know, a part of me wants to freeze up. A part of me wants to kind of like, just, I don't know, just think too much. But as you can see, I'm going with the flow and I'm looking at the camera and I'm trying my best to get more comfortable. Just be in that position where I'm like, you know, it's like, that's why like meditation has helped me in tremendous way. I don't mean to just jump off topic, but just to speak on it a little bit, it's like meditation, just being with yourself and kind of just observing, whether it's your breath, whether it's certain mantras or whatever it is, just so many numerous techniques and ways to meditate out there. But for me, like focusing on my breath and kind of just being comfortable in my skin, being comfortable in my body, and, you know, noticing the sensations of my body, and it's helped me. It's helped me to be able to kind of like approach this fear or whatever I'm fearing with a little space. Not so much, Of course, my thoughts are there. Of course, my natural reactions are there, but I'm able to approach it differently. You know, I'm able to kind of be more, I wouldn't say just at peace, because, you know, that's why you have to do things consistently and more and more and more and more, so that it fades, you know, that fear starts to fade away and you grow from it. And then it's not the end of fear, because fear will pop up in other ways, in other areas. And that's the thing about fear. Fear is our teacher. Fear is something that we can learn from, because what's on the other side of that fear, if I can put into words what's on the other side of that fear, I mean, I'll probably be a millionaire right now. But it's hard to articulate. It's hard to explain in this duality or world that we live in, things that are not able to be expressed in words, because it's deeper. It's deeper than just this world. It's just deeper. For anybody out there that is dealing with fear in any type of way, whether it's even starting a YouTube channel, just know you're not alone. Everyone, even the most successful YouTubers out there, have struggled with fear at the beginning, you know. And you can't let fear win, because you're not gonna grow as a person, you know, spiritually, mentally. You're just not gonna grow. You're not gonna be that best version of yourself if you don't face those fears and you don't do your best to, you know, overcome those fears. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm at a point now where I want to face my fears head on, and I don't care if I make mistakes. I don't care if, and that's been one of my fears. What if I mess up? What if I'm a failure? What if this just ain't for me? You know what? Well, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't let these thoughts keep creeping in my mind and stopping me and put me in a position where I'm just like playing it safe, because that is getting old. Things are changing, people are changing, technology is changing, things is advancing so much, and it's time for people to kind of like, not saying people haven't woken up, because a lot of people have woken up, but it's time for people to kind of come to realization that things are changing, and now more than ever we have to be more present, and we have to look within for these answers and face our fears and challenges that come about, so that we can be our best versions, so we can live the life that we desire. You know, we are all capable, and we are all here to live the life that we desire. We all have different desires. We all have different things that we want to manifest, but we all have what it takes to live our best life. And that life can look like anything. For people, it's materials. For people, it's more peace. For people, it's financial freedom. For people, it's whatever. Don't let fear stop you. That is the point of it all. The point of this video is not to let fear win. You got to take control. People can't sit down with themselves. For example, I'm out here in the park by myself in my own company. A lot of people can't do that, and I'm gonna give you the reason why. It's these thoughts, these things that go on in our mind. Some people cannot be still, because these things start just, and then they gotta find something to distract them, the device or whatever it is, something to keep them from being with themselves. I just encourage people to take that time to be with yourself, be in your own company, listen to that inner child, you know, stop abusing that inner child. I've been guilty of that, of ignoring that inner child within me that wants to come out, wants to play, wants to express itself through creativity. I've not listened to it. I've neglected it. And it's like me doing this, you know, this just, I would say, like spending my time to myself and doing the some people may call it the shadow work. I've been able to reconnect with my inner child kind of listen to it more, you know, and build that relationship, because you know it's sad when people just grow up and they just cut that inner child, and it's like, man, it's like you wonder why some of these people are just depressed. Some of these people are just like, man, not living, having all the money in the world, but not happy, not feeling fulfilled. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I have nothing against having all the money in the world. As a matter of fact, I want whatever it's meant for me, you know what I'm saying? But what good is money if you're not able to enjoy it? If you're not able to sit here and be grateful and be happy of your life besides the money, you know? What's the point, you know? And, you know, health is wealth. Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Take the time to invest in yourself. Take the time to sit here and you know, do whatever it is that you can do to build that relationship with your inner child. It's important to take time for yourself. Get away from the distractions. Nothing wrong with the devices. You know, I'm on a device right now. It's a tool. It's something that is able to transform our lives, you know. But there's also times when you have to put it away. You have to take time for yourself. You have to recharge. You have to, you know, take control of yourself, you know. Take control of what it is that, you know, you're putting your attention to, you know. Got to put your attention back within yourself and back with this inner power that it's in all of us, you know. But I just wanted to come on here and share my experience, share my thoughts on fear. Until next time, hope everyone has a blessed day, and thank you for watching.